Okay guys, I'm going to be looking at cable this morning. I've just put it into the squad. Now this is for Richard. What we're looking for is buys this morning for about 10 pips. Currently 9:15. Let me just widen that up a little bit for you. And what I've also done with it in the trade tracker, I've done the breakdown early on this morning, and I've just done a breakdown of how I'm going to trade this, showing them exactly what it's all about. And it's because this one here, Richard asked if I would do the markup and understand how that all works. So what I'm trying to do for these guys all the time is keep ahead of the game, but also be accountable for what I'm talking about. So let me just pull my main engine in so we can see what the state of play is. Now the state of play is the pound is actually starting to move up off the bottom, so it's gathering pace and it's pitching itself against the US, which is losing ground. Okay, now it is a bear market for the pound at the moment. In other words, the higher time frames had all selling criteria, but it looks like it's pulling it back against that. Now also the pound has gained in strength quite a bit from the last data sample, and the US is losing strength. So it makes for a good picture. It genuinely does. Now, if I look at this from a trade perspective, well, it's been on a merry old run for quite a bit, and it now seems to be gathering pace. So in and around here, I'm going to look for the break and then up into these areas here. Now, it's pulling essentially against this move here. Now, if I look at that particular section, extension, and I look to see where it ended, well, it ended kind of around this area here. All right. So push down, there it is there, straight on the 127, bounced off the key levels in and around it, and then came back to where it started. So its next logical point is back into the range of what this is. Okay, so if I was to put a retracement onto that, just down onto there, just so we can see, you can see you've got like a key level about here. All right, it's a fib level, so it's hypothetical, but it can become a good target point, and then the next one is that red one. So what I need to do is just drop this down into 5 minutes, and then I can have a little look. So if I look to get in and around on this level here, and I'm looking for about 10 pips, so I'll just measure 10 pips out. Okay. Well, it's not a million miles off there, so I want to get in and around this area. So I'll be quite happy with that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there's the 3 clusters there, so that black line is probably okay. I'll do the count back just so I can look for an optimum point on the market that I think is reasonable. Now I'm just going to mark it for 10. But what I'm also going to do to get a better price is I'm going to follow that down. Now, the criteria of this particular market is it's kind of out of whack slightly. Because momentum is pushing down. So that's another reason to keep your pending orders out the way, and then you can just follow the candles till it picks up the order. And what happens is, if I just grab hold of this, you can see the target moves with it. So it'll make the trade that little bit easier. Now, simple premise, easy trade. Oh, well done. See that? Got me coffee, boys and girls, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. Likes Winky as well. Oh, she brought in my Star Wars mug. Yeah. It's good, this, isn't it?
Changes when the coffee's in it.
I'd rather you bring it with a gold bikini on.
Ooh.
With my dirty cow. Oh, dear me, dear me, dear me. Right, forgot my thread now. She's got no clothes on again, boys and girls. She's a bit naughty, is that girl? She's very naughty. Anyway, so that's the premise. 10 pips up to here. We've worked out the bias already. We know roughly where our targets are. Now, if we're wrong, we've got to think about that as well. Got to swing point here, you've got a barrier, so it can pull down. If it gets through here, I've got a problem. So down this area, which will be below golden eye, the guys will know exactly what that meant. That'll be where I'll be looking to get out. But I'll be looking to stage this down into probably this point here as last point of entry. And then if I'm wrong, well, then I'm going to have to just choose to get out. But I can readjust that if I haven't gone into market. See, at the moment, it's just piddling around. Now, there's no point looking for stops on 5-minute charts. It's too tight. You want to be looking at your hourlies and your 15. Now, if I look at an hourly on this one, again, it's showing roughly the same swing area. Okay, so that swing area is where I'd have to pay attention. So let's follow these candles down, get the trade in, and see what happens. Okay, boys and girls, that job's now completed. So I'll just make certain I've got my tickets off. Just get rid of them. I must get into a habit of doing that. And there's your 10 pips. Nicely, easily done. Didn't go against me a great deal, but everything we do is in the planning. And could I get more? Yeah, of course I could. Do I want to sort of risk it? Not really. This could just be surging up. We do have news coming in at the moment. So the sensible thing is just to get out and be happy with what you've got. Now, that trade is now complete. Just reset, have another cup of coffee, and go back to market if I choose. Now, I've got a meeting sort of in 40 minutes time. So for me, that'll probably be me done for the day. Now, I'm quite happy just to take 1 or 2 trades a day. And if I get 50 quid today, brilliant. I might get 350 tomorrow. 100 quid the day after. Don't matter. As long as I'm just steadily moving forward, I'm happy with what I get. And that's all trading is. It's just steady steps moving forward and letting your money work for you. Now, one of the reasons people have massive failure rates is because they trade too much. My edge is I trade less. So I only take good setups. I only go to market when I'm really comfortable, and then I get paid. And that's why I hold a very, very consistent high win rate, because I'm very choosy on the market. Now, you can throw any market at me and I'll still trade it, but I'll only trade it when the conditions are correct. I won't just sort of go, well, I'm here, where's my trade? Because I do get that quite a lot. Well, what would you do with this? And sometimes, and most of the time, 80% of the time, I say I wouldn't do anything with it. And they go, well, what if you went to the market right now? Well, I wouldn't go right now. Only a fool would go right now. But if you were compelled to go, would you go? No, I fucking wouldn't. And that's the difference. You see, if you're compelled to just find a trade all the time, this job is definitely not for you, because you're not trading, you're gambling. And then because you gamble and you lose, you get upset. And then you just have a go at the market going, this is crap and one thing and another. And the amount of comments I get about it is unbelievable. And every single one of them could never win a trade in their life. Not one. Why? Because their desire to trade far outweighs the reason. Now, my reason is I want the freedom to do what I want. Like say, I've got a meeting, I'll go to that. I want to sort of spend time with my wife, whatever anybody thinks about my marriage, because I get that pulled into question a lot. She is the one reason that I survive. You know, she is my total reason for living. You know, and then you throw in your kids as well. And the family unit is why we're here. And I want to spend as much time as I can with them. I can't do that if I'm locked on a screen, can I? Something for you to think about. I love my job. I genuinely love my job. But I like my life better. And ultimately, it's just a job. So remember that. And think about it this way. If you're at your job and you've been paid, would you continue to do it? No. Neither will I. So I do a couple of hours in the morning, I get paid, and then I'm done. So there you go. It's a little bit more consistency for you. That was done for you, Richard. Keep on trucking, keep on asking, and I'll keep breaking it down and showing you the way. Catch you soon.